We want to check in with other city leaders as well. Cedar Park Mayor Corbin Van Arsdale joins us now. Good morning, and thanks so much for your time this morning, Mayor.
Thanks, Jenny.
And so what kinds of preparations has Cedar Park taken to prepare for this storm this week?
Well, we're ready and we're very focused. I think I could sum it up by saying we have extra communications, extra staffing, extra supplies, and extra preparation. And as you said, most of that comes because of what happened a year ago. The things we're doing differently, and one of the things I'm very proud of from a year ago is Cedar Park is one of the few communities that kept their water running the whole time. In spite of that, our staff has gone ahead and winterized our water treatment facilities and actually loaded up all the tanks so that even if the power were to go out, we will still have water throughout. There's all kinds of extra staffing that's been done and supplies in terms of salt and barricades already pre-placed out in areas that we know can be trouble, but our folks are ready.
And Mayor, what did you and your staffers learn from last year to better prepare for a winter event this time around?
One of the things I think we learned is you have to communicate with your people, and with not just when things like this hit, people forget necessarily which city limit they live in. They just need to hear something from their officials as to what's going on. And if there's some news that's not good news or not the best news, it's better to go ahead and tell people that than sit around and leave them guessing. And I think part of the things in terms of like sometimes some cities actually have the power, also the electricity, some cities don't. But you have to have all the entities coordinating and actually pushing out messaging to people so they know what's going on.
And as of right now, schools in your area, Cedar Park, Leander, have not canceled for tomorrow. Do you anticipate that will change, Mayor?
You know, I don't know what their decision making is, but I can't imagine them. I think they will. I mean, I think if you know, as we're seeing the forecast, it tends to kind of get worse as the hours go by, and they don't want buses on the road. That's their decision, but you know, I don't see them staying open.
In the event that schools remain open, what is the city doing to help all the schools in case campuses do decide to stay open, Mayor?
We've got all the salt and extra mixes that we use on the overpasses and the roads already deployed. They'll start doing those mixes around 2 in the morning. They'll start putting those out. In terms of the police, the fire, and the field ops, we have extra staffing, full staffing for all those places. And again, our entities are all communicating with each other. So there's been constant calls with both the county, the state, and the National Weather Service, and the districts are on those calls as well.
And Mayor, you mentioned police. Is it an all hands on deck sort of situation for the city of Cedar Park?
Yes. You obviously have to have extra crews for the other shifts that you have. You can't just put everybody on the same crew, but you absolutely have people all hands on deck. And like I said, they've already got the barricades put out to places that they know tend to be problems when it freezes. So they're not having to fool with that when it actually starts happening.
And in the city of Cedar Park, what are some problem areas that you guys target?
You know, there's different types of overpasses. Obviously, those are the places that freeze first. And so you've got to watch those. And now some of those are controlled by the RMA, some are controlled by TxDOT, and some are controlled by the city. So there's a lot of coordination that goes on as to who's doing what. But the best thing we learned from last year is that you got to start talking about it in advance and be ready.
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. Mayor, thank you so much. Any last words, any advice for the viewers and for the residents there quickly?
You know, I would encourage people to arm themselves with information. For example, one of the things our 10-county region has this time, it's called warncentraltexas.org, and it's from our capital of governments, the CapCog. So it's for all 10 counties around us, and you can go onto that thing and sign up for automatic text or email alerts at warncentraltexas.org. The other thing I would suggest to people is TxDOT has a really good map called drivetexas.org, and it will show you the roads, and as they become impassable or problematic, their website's really good about showing you which roads to stay off of.